Head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. This one about the Browns roster and looking forward to this season.
Dave, as a longtime football and Browns fan, I've watched the playing of Jim Brown. The emphasis in football right now is at the quarterback position and passing game. But let me make this fact and statement. Of all the years watching Browns football, this is the best all-around roster ever put together. So as fans, let us try to look past the major controversy going on with Deshaun Watson and Baker Mayfield. We are going to be a very good football team, even if we don't have the services of Deshaun Watson most of the season. Jacoby Brissett will be a great substitute for Watson. All he has to do is be a true leader for this team and let all the players show their football skills, and we will do just fine. It is up to the coaching staff to emphasize our true strengths.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Quincy, I know you've addressed this on your show. How do you think the Browns do if it's Jacoby Brissett as a quarterback for a significant part or all of the season? What do you think they can do with Brissett as the starter?
Well, I think this is the question I would ask the audience. If this roster were in Baltimore or Pittsburgh, what do you think they would do? You think they would just probably run the ball and rely on their defense and then probably win like 10 games. That's probably what the Browns are going to do, right? They're just going to run the ball, rely on their defense, and win like 10 games. You know, all this talk about Watson has made us kind of forget that the franchise player on this team is still Myles Garrett, right? Like, that is the best player on this team by far. And that's a guy that you're going to lean on, right? The offense was always going to be either helpful in this whole solution or more so helpful than it was last year, and that's what we got excited about. But the defense was going to be what held this team down. If we thought that this team could be a Super Bowl contender, it would be off of the strength of this defense and the offense's ability to capitalize on that. Now the offense's ability to capitalize on that, it's a little bit tougher, right, if there's no Watson for a whole year. But defensively, nothing has changed, right? The fact that people are acting like the Cleveland Browns this year are going to turn into like a 6-win team when they got Denzel Ward, Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, Greg Newsome, JOK, John Johnson III. I mean, I can name names for forever. I mean, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. We could do this forever. And if you think that's a 6-10 team, then I would urge you to go back and look at those 2012 Browns rosters, which were 6-10 teams, and then tell me that that's the same thing. But no, this is a team that even without Watson can go to make a playoff run and create some moments for this year. Will they be a Super Bowl contender? Not unless Jacoby Brissett transforms into somebody he has not been in his entire career. Probably not, right? That's ultimately going to hold you back a little bit. But is this going to be a good team this year? Absolutely. I mean, this could be a team that could rival the 11-5 team success. Like, that's not out the realm of possibility, because this team still is structured really well and really good, and they're kind of structured in a way to withstand not having not being able to rely on a great quarterback, right? That's what they kind of went into this offseason thinking about, because it was either going to be Baker Mayfield or you were going to make a trade for Watson or Russell Wilson or whatever guy that they were targeting, right? And there was always a possibility they could not get that guy. So they've structured this team with the possibility of not having a very good quarterback in there or a quarterback you can rely on in there. And, you know, they're going to be pretty fine in that way.
The main thing they need is some consistency from the quarterback play. And you and I have talked about it, I think, past shows. Baker Mayfield was not consistent last year. If Jacoby Brissett gives them some consistency so Kevin Stefanski knows what he's going to get from week to week, he can kind of work around it with the pieces that he has.
And it's also knowing what you're not going to get is important, right? Because that was also something. You didn't know what you could not expect Baker Mayfield to do, which some people are going to hear that and go, that doesn't sound like a problem at all, but it is, right? Because if you go into a season and you're in the game plan and you don't think Baker can make more than 30 passes, it's one of those games where Baker's just accurate for whatever reason, right? Then you're going to look pretty bad from a play calling standpoint, and you're going to hold your team back. With Jacoby Brissett, 20 attempts, run the ball, right? It's the reason why Jimmy Garoppolo has had all this success that people give him credit for no reason. It's because 20 attempts, run the ball, has been the plan with Jimmy Garoppolo because they know what's up with Jimmy. And most importantly, Jimmy knows what's up with Jimmy. Jimmy's not asking for more than 20 pass attempts, right? That became an issue with Baker, where he felt like he wasn't given enough opportunity to put his fingerprints on this offense. That is a report that came directly from Baker Mayfield's camp, if you want to argue with me about it. So that is something that also factors in. With Jacoby Brissett, you know that he's not going to have a problem doing what you ask him to do, which is very little.